we killing the critics and killing the hate. Might gotta talk to a priest. The way we evolved and knock down walls, it's outrageous.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we've got a showdown in the Sunshine State. It's the Jaguars and the Dolphins, and it's all up next.
We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, there's nothing quite like it. That feeling of beginning another NFL season, and these two squads, they're going to do just that in a moment.
And what makes it so exciting is the range of possibilities these teams have before them, because we could be seeing one of these teams earn the Lombardi Trophy in February, while the other, they could earn the #1 draft pick in April or anything in between. And we've got the best seat in the house every step of the way.
Two teams on opposite ends of the Sunshine State. The Jags and Dolphins are underway. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play. Boy, fingers crossed here. First quarter of a new season, already an injury. And while they attend to him, we'll step aside. First carry for the Clemson man, Travis Etienne. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A good start. One play, 10 yards.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Another tote for Etienne. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd down and 9. On play action, Lawrence. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Well, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. Fielded just inside the 30. Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 43. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. First carry for Raheem Mostert. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Up the middle they go with Mostert. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Raheem Mostert, 32 yards. And the Dolphins are on the board here first in the season opener. I thought as that was developing that he might actually keep it, but the right decision, obviously, to hand the football off.
And some teams do a really nice job of taking a little bit longer at the mesh point, meaning where he's going to hand it off or keep it. Sometimes they ride it maybe a step longer than others. That allows him to make the proper decision and have the right person end up with the ball.
And it paid off with a long touchdown run. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Raheem Mostert. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he's going to take this all the way down inside the 40.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
On 1st and 10, it's ETN. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Jags with a football to begin the second quarter. So from the 37, here's 2nd and 9. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Now Lawrence to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Great vision there by Lawrence as he scrambles for a first down.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the result. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
A give running right, ETN. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Here's Lawrence to throw. It's caught by Davis. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Now Lawrence. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Jalen Phillips in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Now maybe a moral victory of sorts. They're on the board here late in the first half, but this offense just hasn't looked that sharp.
Yeah, but at least they got the 3 points, right? At least have something to, quote-unquote, hang their hats on and maybe feel a little bit better about themselves as they head to the half.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Dolphins taking over now late in this first half. And with a 7-3 lead, we'll see how aggressive they want to be. Now Tua. That's going to be caught downfield by Hill. Down to the 10. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill. 77 yards. And the Dolphins will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Jaguars ready to go on offense for the final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Now Lawrence. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. They go play action with Lawrence. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Dancing to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Final play of the half. It's Lawrence. Looking long for Thomas. That is incomplete. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. Here's Tua. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Beckham in motion right. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's second down. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Looking to pass, Tua. And now he'll turn, and off his back foot, he'll heave this deep. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jacksonville set to go again offensively, and they have had their problems moving the ball through the air. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out, and now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Straight ahead, Etienne. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The Jags picking up the 1st down there, a gain of 12.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Here's Lawrence. That to the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. A run with Mostert up the middle. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. Tua going to throw. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Back now in Miami. It's Dolphin football. It's also Dolphin lead to begin quarter number 4. Here's 2nd and 10. On the handoff, this is Mostert. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 72 yards rushing now from Mostert as he picks up a 1st down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
On 1st down, they go with Mostert again. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Raheem Mostert, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Dolphins are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter. Well, it's a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
And the pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. And he's going to go down again. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. They hand it off to Mostert. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Here's Mostert. Down at the 2. Broke through the first contact, but ultimately stopped short of the goal line. Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's got to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of the season.
So for the Dolphins, that'll be a happy locker room as they start the season 1-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the